Hello there, Rajni from Sashakt Empowering Lives. So today's video, we're going to talk about a very sensitive topic. Not emotionally sensitive, actually physically sensitive. Sensitive to the senses. Yes, you got that right. We are going to be talking about sensory processing challenges. Now, before we go into what are sensory processing challenges, let us understand what does the word sensory mean. Sensory basically means anything that's related to the senses. So we all know we got 5 senses, yeah? So eyes, ears, nose. So these are sense organs. We all know we've studied this in grade 1, yeah? So these are the organs with which we perceive the world around us. The touch and the taste, yeah? So the 5 of those. So sensory means something that is related to our senses, vision, smell, olfactory, auditory, the vision of course, the tactile, the sense of touch and the taste, right, the tongue. Along with these, we have 3 more senses. One of them is called the proprioceptive. So proprioceptive sense is the body's sense for pressure, right? And the other one is vestibular sense, which is the sense of balance. So many a times you must have seen your child is walking and they suddenly fall. So sense of balance is missing. Vestibular is a little bit of an issue there. Vestibular processing isn't happening well. The last one there is interoception. Interoception is an internal sense which gives you whether I'm hungry or whether I'm full. So when there are challenges with that, we see those in the external world as big challenges. A child will not feel hungry. A child will feel too much hungry, will be obese and will be eating through the day without stopping. So the ghrelin-leptin combination in the brain, the hormones in the brain, they are not regulated and so the sensory dysfunction is happening. So in all there are 8 senses. Now, when a child has sensory processing issues, what really happens or challenges? What really happens is all of these. Let us say for example, if the equilibrium is 0, this I'm trying to help you understand, giving a scale of 0 so that you can understand as an example. So anything more than 0, higher side means hyper, okay? Imaginary 0 we have taken. Anything less than 0, the lower side is hypo. So if a child does not feel pain and gets a cut, is bleeding, but is not even bothered and it's not hurting, that's the interoception deficit, not hyper. So interoception or the sense of pain, that is less, so it is below the 0. So similarly, if a child will look at some bright lights and start shouting because it's kind of causing a difficulty to the child, that means it is hyper. Another child is finding a bright light but is not shouting, it's not causing so much of trouble. So it is hyper, more than 0. 0, please understand, is my imaginary. I've created this line to help you understand what's going on in the kid's life. There isn't any 0 or the upper scale or lower scale as such. But this is for the sake of understanding as an example. Similarly, loud sounds, loudspeakers, mixer. Many people say, my child freaks out when a balloon is burst. Or maybe if we, for the cooker, or if we turn on the mixer, then it's a bad show because the child is shouting. Why? That is the sensory processing challenge with the auditory sense. I hope you got that. Some children will absolutely not be able to eat a particular food, and if you give it, they'll throw up because that is the taste, that sense basically not being on 0, either it is high. Some children will not, like I said, you pinch and you don't, you pinch as in somebody pinches or something and they don't get to feel. So it is on the lower side. Now, how to handle sensory processing challenges at home? First thing, see which out of the 8, as I told you, is either hyper functioning or hypo functioning. How do we find that out? By the child's conduct. If you are not offering food and the child is not asking for it, not going and taking it, not crying, not giving any signs of wanting that food for the next maybe 24 hours, or that's too much, maybe for 8 hours, you know something is not in place. Yeah, like this you figure out. Or if the child wouldn't stop eating and wouldn't stop, so you've given 5 parathas and the child wants the 6th one, well, there is no feeling of satiation. So these are the processing challenges which the children will face. How to help the child acclimatize with the environment? While sensory challenges cannot be 100% eliminated because it is inside the child's body, we can always help a child cope up with it. Certain things which are absolutely not cope up able, if I may say so. Yeah, if there is something that is something nothing can be done, like in my case, I have an issue with the tags on the clothes, and if I will not cut that by evening, I will have a wound where the tag was, because it will itch and itch and itch, and I will scratch the itch and it will be a wound and sometimes bleed also. So the very first thing I have to do for myself as I get a cloth is I have to get rid of that tag, so that the tactile hyper functioning of my body in terms of sensory is reduced. So first thing is you put away the things that you can, right? Don't push the kid to go for the things that the kid finds difficulty in going ahead with. Second is, there are certain things you can't put away. You can't put away going to a wedding. You can't, some people do that also, but that's very, very unhealthy for the child in terms of social skill development. You're not meeting people. How are you going to help the child develop that awareness and that ability to interact with people, right? So you can't put down going to functions, to places, to loud places. So if your child has issues with loud sounds, some of them that you can do away with those. Those which you cannot do away with, you help the child develop a little bit of tolerance towards it. So while you take them to the place, you give them lots of reinforcers, something in the bag. The biggest reinforcer is love. So give them lots of love, shower them with love and say, I'm so proud of you. Take the kid, do advanced expectation setting that we are going here, we will spend this much time. You can carry your favorite toy in your sling bag or something so that they are comforted. There will be sound, and you are my Raja Beta, you are my Rani Beti. You will go through this, and as we return, I give you this. So there's a reward also. Keep them away from the loudspeakers. If the child has to get in contact with the sound, hold their hand, massage the shoulder, rub, and just say, I am so proud of you, and just be that encouraging support to the kid. How do you deal with the sensory? Number 1, you identify which out of the 8. Number 2, if it is put downable, if it is possible to do away with it, like I said about the tags, do away with it. Sometimes parents tell me, on a wedding, I am the only person whose kid is wearing a very simple cotton dress because others are wearing those frilly, princess kind of things. No problem. You get beautiful cotton stuff also, very elegant and classy, or you can get the boutique to make one. Yeah, but these are things which are put downable. You can put them away, put them down. Yeah, but there are certain things you cannot. There you develop the patience of the child and the tolerance of the child towards the sound by showering the kid with love, looking in the eyes and saying, I'm so proud of you and you're doing such a great job. My experience in the field for the past 16 years has told me, over a period of time, when children are showered with lots of love and told what to do properly, lovingly, slowly, they develop the coping mechanisms, and slowly the sensory issues also begin to subside. So if you like the content, what I discussed here today, and want to know more about things in detail, please go ahead, press the like button, do subscribe and press the notification bell so that you don't miss any other future video that comes your way. Also, share this content with a friend of yours who needs it, and we do weekly sessions. We do weekly masterclass every Friday 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. The link to that masterclass for autism parenting is given in the description. Please go to the description, click on the link and join us there. Also, we do every Tuesday, we do live. So you're very welcome to come and join us on our live on Instagram. The link is given. If you're looking for books for children on the autism spectrum, that too is available in the description box. Having said this, I wish you all the very best with your kid. Always believe in your child and know that autism is workable. It is just another thing, and you are capable of doing this, and your child is capable of outgrowing the challenges and being the best that they can be. मैं इच के